Oh, Kuma dog. I just can't film every video with you. I can't do it. I can't do it. Kuma's being a real needy girl today. She has been wanting to cuddle all day, basically. So she might be popping in and out of the video. Hey, you guys. So for today's stop. So for today's video, I wanted to do kind of a favorites video. I hesitate to do favorites because I don't want to put these products out onto the radar and then the brands discontinue them. I'm just not ready for that kind of heartbreak. I'm really not, so I don't know. So I have a few favorites and then I have a few products that were like kind of duds that I wanted to like really quickly touch on because I like to complain. Okay, let's do this. There's a few little things sprinkled in here that you will have seen probably in like a past favorites video that I've been re-emerging from my collection. I know, sweet girl. You're so sensitive today. Why? You just have a lot of feelings. So lately I've been trying to find some non-mink lashes just because I'm trying to slowly phase out the mink lashes, although I do love them so much. So Velour, like maybe that was last year, they came out with their Effortless collection, which was basically like a bunch of eyelashes that I have so much lip gloss on. They're basically like half lashes. And if you've been following me for a while, you probably know I do like to chop up my lashes into little pieces. I usually cut them in half just because my eyes are so sensitive that having a full lash typically kind of like pokes and it's just really uncomfortable for me. So when I saw them release those, I was like, oh, right up my alley. But a lot of them are like a little bit too natural. Anyways, they recently extended the line a little bit, and these are the Barely There style, so I'll show you. That's what I have on today. A lot of you guys have been asking me what lashes I've been wearing lately, and I've been wearing these quite a bit. I really like them. They're super comfortable. I don't need to trim them at all or anything like that. And yeah, I've been loving these ones a lot. So I recently just went and picked up another box of them because they've been my kind of daily go-tos. Okay. You know what? Sometimes, infrequently, I say something that I don't mean. I was talking about the Kaja eyeshadows, the little trio things, and I was like, I quite like it, but I think it's one of those products that I feel like, can I live without? 100%. No, I don't know why I said that. I can't live without them. I've been using them so much lately, and every time I wear them, it's kind of like a Tom Ford Naked Bronze situation because every time I wear any one of those shadows, people like ask me like crazy, like my servers and like friends and like all this different stuff. People are like, what's on your eyes? It's so nice and like sparkly and like whatever. And I'm like, it's Kaja. So the sets that I've been using the most are the Toasted Caramel one and the Orange Blossom one. So that is the Toasted Caramel set. The only thing I will say about this one is that this shade right here at the very bottom, it's beautiful. I love it. I'm wearing it on my eyes right now over top of like a yellow shadow. But that shade in particular seems to have a lot more fallout. I'm not completely sure why. It just seems like the particles of the shadow, like the glitter is like not adhered to the rest of the product. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it goes onto your lid and then all these little particles are like, see you later. It's still really pretty. I just feel like with that shadow, I would do my eyes first if I knew I was going to be using that color. And then that is the Orange Blossom set right there. So it's kind of more like some nice corals and stuff like that. And then there is that kind of bronzy shade at the end. I really, really like that bronze shade a lot. I think that was the shade that I mentioned being my favorite in the other video because it's not really red. It's not really like coppery, bronzy kind of thing. It's just like a nice, like neutral kind of brown, and it's so pretty and so easy to wear. So I've been really liking those. And it's funny because in the other video I was like, oh, I just like don't know if I'd go like grab them out of my collection. Every time I put these eyeshadows away, I go and get them the next day out of my collection. So now they have a permanent home in my little makeup desk. This is an old favorite that I've recently been like loving so much again. I like to go through every like 2 months maybe and like declutter my makeup collection just so that I can put more of like a focus and emphasis on the products that are left over that I love and like I want to get use of kind of thing. And this last one was ruthless, horrific, truly what happened to me. As a result of that, I pulled out my Marc Jacobs glosses again. I had worn this one, it's called Forbidden Fruit. I had worn this one in a video kind of recently and I was like, it's really nice. And now I'm just like hooked on them again. I don't know why, I just love this gloss formula so much. I think it looks so pretty. It makes my lips look so like just pleasant. I don't know, it's so nice. I love them. So the colors I've been wearing the most are Moon Glow, which is here, and then Sugar Sugar right beside it. They look so similar like here. Moon Glow is a little bit lighter. It's quite light actually. It's like bordering really like just dangerously close to concealer lips territory. My first love. So I don't know that I would recommend that one to people like even a little bit darker than me, just because like it is quite light when it's on. Sugar Sugar is a little bit more universal. It's not as pale. That one is just like such a gorgeous, like nice nude. So I kind of switch between those two depending on like what sort of nude I'm feeling with my eyes that day. And then Forbidden Fruit is that one kind of coral on the end. Beautiful, like such a nice summery kind of color. It's just really like juicy looking. And the formula is just nice because like I don't find it super thick that it's like uncomfortable to wear, but it's thick enough that it doesn't come off immediately kind of thing. And especially with like colors like this that are a little bit brighter or like some of the darker shades, I find that that formula just like sits really well on the lips. It doesn't kind of get like all bunched up in the middle. It doesn't look like patchy or like kind of weird because there is a sheerness to it. It just is like a really nice like even layer of color, and I just have been liking them a lot. Ooh, Rihanna. Bronzer is it's so hard to find like a perfect bronzer. You know what I mean? So I actually picked up two colors. I got Shady Biz, which is the second darkest color, I believe, and then, or second lightest, whoa. I think it's the second lightest color, and then Into Sun, which is the lightest color there is. Into Sun is the one that I've been kind of gravitating more towards like day to day. It's what I'm wearing right now. It's perfect, honestly. Like it's not too orange or red or anything like that. It's just a really beautiful kind of like tan color. It's gorgeous. I like that it is like light enough and a little bit sheer. Like it's definitely not like the sheerest by any means, like you won't see it, but it does layer really beautifully. It's not like you put your brush down once and you're like, well, I guess that's the color that's gonna be. So I've been using this one more day to day, and I think that this is the one that I would like repurchase for sure. Shady Biz, I feel like I will get use out of, especially like if I'm a little bit more tanned in the summer and stuff. And over the past like few days, like I'll add a little bit of it kind of thing over top if I want to like warm it up just a little bit more. But I feel like between the two, for my skin tone, Into Sun is like 100%. Ooh, another bronzer. Look at this. The Saint Tropez bronzer. I didn't have super high expectations for this. I thought it was just something that I was like, meh, I'll try it for a video, whatever kind of thing. I haven't been using the darker color that much, but these two colors I'll just kind of like dot back and forth between. Love it. This bronzer has been so beautiful. I've been using it a shit ton until I got those Fenty ones. And like, I wouldn't say that I necessarily like the Fenty ones more. It's just a little bit of like a different tone. This one's definitely a little bit darker than that one on my skin, but it's beautiful. I've been loving it. Like it has a really nice kind of like yellowy undertone to it that just looks so nice on the skin. It's just absolutely beautiful. I really like the formula. Same kind of idea as the Fenty bronzer. It's not super pigmented where like I'm having a hard time blending it out and stuff. I have some more old time faves that I've dug back out. Milk Kush mascara. I've never used a mascara that makes my lashes look better than this one. I stopped using it because I was starting to notice that I was getting like kind of like some black smudges kind of thing throughout the day, and it was making me so sad because like I was not having that problem at all when I first started using it. It was something where like a couple months down the road of using it, it started doing that. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it was like the concealer I was using or what, but I stopped using it. And so I was using Hourglass Caution on my top and bottom. And I love the formula of this mascara so much. I love it on my bottom lashes and how it makes my bottom lashes look. But I do find that it doesn't work as well for my top lashes. So I was like, you know, maybe I should just try the Milk Kush one last time, see how it goes. Back in business, baby. I haven't been having any problems with this, knock on wood. I've been using it, I've been loving it. I love the way it makes my lashes look. Typically when I'm wearing like a no makeup, I won't put mascara on. I'll just go like fucking free balling. I don't know why I use that term. But I've been putting this one on, even on my no makeup days. And I look beautiful. And I have one last one of those reinstated favorites. First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado Concealer. I love this concealer. Used it religiously for months. You guys are probably aware, I mentioned it constantly. I started feeling like the undertones were looking kind of odd, and like I am trying, I just don't care, that's the problem. I'm trying to make my foundation and concealer match. It's just so not in my nature. It's the last thing I give a shit about. I don't care, because I do feel like even if I make my foundation and concealer look like well matched here, I go outside and it looks fucking red or like super yellow or whatever anyways, and I'm just like, I don't care then. I don't care. Take me as I am, world. But I've been trying to be like a certified makeup artist about it, okay? Anyway, so I started to feel like those undertones were really weird. I was using shades 3 and 4, I believe, kind of like mixed and dotted together. And I don't know, like I would try to go back to it every now and again because I really love the formula. But I just wasn't digging the color. And then when I was doing my declutter, I found shade 2, which originally I thought would be like way too light for me, but turns out, no. I love it. I don't feel like it's so bright that it looks like blinding or like super light concealer, because I'm not into that whole look. Again, I've said it so many times, I'm praying that they come out with more shade range, because this formula is so fantastic and I like want everyone to use it. I just wish that everyone could have the opportunity to try it, shade range wise. If you haven't watched my previous reviews on this or my favorites videos or whatever, basically it's just a really nice kind of like buildable coverage. It looks super thin on the eye. It wears really, really well. It doesn't get like cakey or anything like that. It's not the most pigmented concealer in the world, so if you're used to like really, really, really super pigmented concealers, it might not be like right up your alley. But for me, this is more of like a day-to-day concealer kind of thing. It's just like the perfect amount of coverage. You can wear it with a fuller coverage foundation, you can wear it with a more sheer foundation, and it's not gonna look kind of like off, and it looks supple. So for my next favorite, this is a product that I've picked up quite a few times in Sephora, and I've always been like, like I don't know, it just like it draws me in, and I think about it and then I'm like, no. But recently I have been feeling like the pigmentation under my eyes has been like more dark and like noticeable. Under eyes is something that I was never like really like self-conscious about. It wasn't something that I felt like I needed like the most intense coverage concealer or anything like that. But lately I've just been noticing, like when I get up in the morning, I'm like, oh damn, I got a little bit of a situation going on here. And then I'll put my makeup on and stuff like that, and I feel like kind of halfway throughout the day, I'll just notice that like I can see that like darkness peeking through a little bit. So I picked this guy up. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This is in the shade light to medium, so it is fairly light. Perfect. Like this is so perfect. The color is just like spot on. Like it's exactly what one needs in life. So they do have 2 shades. They have light to medium and then medium to dark. I feel like the light to medium, like I'm probably the darkest medium that I would use it on. Like if I was working on a client and they had even like a little bit more tan skin than me, I feel like I'd probably jump over to the medium to dark one. So it kind of makes me curious as to like how deep of a skin tone the medium to dark one would work on. I'm not sure. Anyone like my shade and lighter, I feel like this particular shade would probably work quite well for. Hold on, I took a picture earlier. So if you can see, this is the side that has the color corrector on, and this is the side with nothing. It's not like you see this really intense like color underneath my eye. It's just that kind of like blueness right in my bag there is just neutralized. Super happy with this product. When I first used it and kind of like stippled it on, because I've just been using my like little ring fingers to stipple it on under my eyes, I was like, oh, this is a weird texture. It's like kind of sticky, and it does look like it's almost going to be like too sheer to cover, but I just noticed when I was doing like one eye at a time, I was like, oh, that's covering exactly what it should be covering. And the texture I was kind of nervous about, because I was like, ooh, is this gonna make my concealer look really thick, or is it gonna like make it crease a ton? Exact opposite. Even concealers that normally crease on me don't crease on me, even if I don't powder them with that underneath. Miracle product. I'm so scared of it getting discontinued. This is probably one of my favorite favorite purchases, like out of everything that I've purchased recently, like within the past like 6 months. It's one of those products that like I'm not going to be excited to repurchase because it's a boring product, so to speak, but like it's the best. Like it does exactly what I need. I love life. Okay, now I want to quickly talk about some products that I haven't been loving. Please, it's time to go. I can't do it. I was trying to use this product up to entirety because I was like, fuck, this is so annoying. Like, it's not ridiculously expensive, but it is expensive with like the exchange rate and the shipping and all that kind of stuff. And it was just something that I was like, everybody raves about this. Everybody loves this so much. Why do I hate it? And I hate it. I do hate it. This product is so thick. It makes my eyeshadows look thick. I don't know if you have experienced that or like, you know, like what I'm picturing in my mind. Certain eye primers I feel like make my eyeshadows look like really nice and thin. Like it's just like put right onto my skin kind of thing. This looks like a physical layer between my skin and the product. And I just really don't like that. I don't like how tacky it stays. I feel like I cannot blend over top of it while it's still like unpowdered, because normally I would put my eye base down and I would powder over top kind of thing, but everyone's been doing it the other way where they don't powder it first, and I was like, maybe I need to try something new. And I was trying to get good at that technique, and I was using this eye primer and I was like, this is the worst. My brush would like skip over top of it because it was so tacky. It would be patchy and like super dark in one area. I was having a really hard time blending it out. I felt like I had to use so much more product than I normally would to get it to look somewhat even, and it still never did. Like for the past few months, I've just been hating how my eyeshadow looks because I've been using this primer, and it got to the point where I was like, do I have to sit myself down? Like, am I a bad person? Like, I was like, am I getting worse at makeup? Like, this is so bad. Like, I can't understand why I've been so shitty at blending. No, it's this. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I was just trying to work my way through it, but I can't. I have to say no more. I have to cut the cord. I do feel like, yes, it makes eyeshadows more pigmented, but not like in any way that's like outrageously more than any other eye primer I would use. So it's been living here rent-free for 1 month too long. I'm on the hunt again. I'm always on the hunt for a foundation because I'm trying so desperately to find like a really good color, a really good formula, and like finish and all that kind of stuff that wears well. And I feel like if I find one, I don't find the other. You know what I mean? Like I might find a color that works really well, but like a finish that's not like my favorite or whatever. So I always buy new foundations because I'm always searching. I picked up the Tarte Found Sealer. Worst name. When I swatched this on my hand, I was like, magnifique. Yes, like it looked so beautiful. I was like, oh, it looks glowy. It looks like a nice like medium kind of sheerness. Like it's not super pigmented. It's not like Glossier skin tint. I thought this was gonna be like perfect, and they had a nice shade range, really good like undertones and stuff like that. I don't like it. I'm gonna keep trying it out and see like if maybe I like it more if I apply it with this specific brush, or I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying it out and see. It looks bad, man. It makes my skin look bad. And I feel like towards the end of the day, it looked really patchy, and it looked like it was breaking up on my skin and stuff like that. And keep in mind, I don't have oily skin. I have dry skin. And so it's like, that's uncharacteristic for foundations for me. They typically don't break up. They look dry or like patchy kind of thing. But this one, I can actually see like it looks like there's oil like breaking it apart, like the continents. It's just weird. I don't love it. Even when I like first applied it, because sometimes when you put a foundation on, like first thing you're like, this looks fucking bomb, and then towards the end of the day you're like, oh no. No, it doesn't. Even when I first applied this, I was like, not my fave. I don't know. The people that I was with yesterday, because I was wearing it yesterday, the people I was with were like, I don't know, it looks good, but I was like, what do you like? Just stop trying to. No, you're a bad friend. I'm gonna keep trying it out though, and see if I can finesse it, you know? But I don't think so. I have very low expectations. So you guys, that is everything for me today. Those are some of my new favorites and some of my old favorites, and a couple quick little duds. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.